Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and pick some cards to see how your person is feeling about you. What would they say to you? Where is this headed? And any other messages we can get from the cards here. I'm going to go ahead and pick from the Talima Tarot deck to see what the general energy and vibes are with this connection. Okay, the first card we have here is the Two of Cups. So you guys, this connection is still there. It is still prevalent. It is still in their mind. They have not gotten over you regardless of what the 3D is showing you right now, okay? That love is still there. And I know a lot of you probably might think, well, not for my situation, this, that. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I am definitely seeing that, you guys, there's something still there. Like, this person has not given up on you. And I feel like, there's also a reason you haven't given up on them. I feel like, this person, came into your life for you to, like, really understand yourself, the power of manifestation. And I feel like it's setting the stage for something bigger, you guys. I feel like for a lot of you, you're just like, okay, if I can manifest this person successfully, I can manifest anything. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you think like this is the most impossible situation ever, okay? Maybe you have resorted to conscious manifesting. But I am definitely seeing, you guys, that, you don't have to manifest them loving you because it's there. And I know a lot of you could be feeling threatened because of what you're seeing or not seeing in the 3D. Oh, this person's attention is going elsewhere. They're not giving it to me. Maybe they were giving it to you. And I feel like but you felt like they were giving it to other people too, and you're just like, nah, like that ain't right. Like, that's weird. That's icky. Like, I do feel like they did something that kind of like gave you the ick in a way, or like you felt like they were icky. Or like you're just like, no, like this is not like, what I expected. And it really hurt. It really, really, like, it struck a chord, hit a nerve, okay? And I feel like, this kind of, like, this was your higher self, like, maybe telling you, okay, this needed to happen for you to really, really understand, how powerful you are, how lovable you are, how amazing you are, and for you to kind of change your perspective in a certain way. I really feel like this connection has changed your perspective on a lot of things, things that you maybe used to like before you don't like, or, vice versa, or like you're just seeing things from a different perspective and different manner. I've noticed personally a lot of changes happening around, like, there are people that are changing their minds, like celebrities, this, that, on certain things. So like nothing is really set in stone, okay? So I feel like if you think like you're really going through it's like the worst thing ever, worst breakup, this, that, I definitely do see things changing, because the love here is powerful. The love that your person feels for you, the love that you even feel for them right now, maybe it could be jaded with like anger or confusion or hurt or betrayal, but I'm definitely seeing that, there is something deeper that is unraveling. Like, you're unlocking something deeper within you and within this person as well. And I feel like maybe, like, from your person's perspective, they also needed you to sort of go through this change. And maybe you feel like, yeah, they're not changing at all, they're not doing anything, I'm changing, they're not changing. They definitely are changing. There's a lot of like movement happening behind the scenes, but I keep hearing the words like perspective, okay? I definitely feel like, your person's seeing this connection in a new light, in a new perspective. And I definitely feel like, a lot is happening for them to come back to you. Like, I feel like they kind of have to, like, purposely distract themselves because of how obsessively they think about you, okay? Yeah, we also got here the Six of Swords. I definitely feel like, you guys, they're leaving behind something so that they can be with you, so that they can be in this connection, or something really needed to be left behind. I feel like for a lot of you, again, like, you needed to leave behind like certain perspectives on people, certain mindsets, thoughts, okay? You were really having this like, big mindset shift, mindset alignment, because you're just like, oh my gosh, like, I cannot keep living this way. Like, again, I feel like this person came into your life, promised you something, gave you hope, completely like, shook up your life, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm left to pick up the pieces. But, again, that's the thing, like, you're seeing, that's one perspective of how you're looking at the situation. But I feel like if you see this from a different perspective, like, okay, this person actually, like, incurred the biggest growth within you, and maybe, like, I feel like the both of you could have signed like a soul contract or something, or like, from a past life, said like, okay, you know what, we're gonna trigger each other in this life for us to really heal and grow and find our way back to each other, because the connection that you have with this person is really, really strong. And sometimes you're just like, wait, what even happened? Like, those things were going so well, and like, you just like, you're still holding on to that feeling, that hope that that person gave you, okay? Yeah, we got the Devil again. This person definitely, you guys, they did certain things that really triggered the heck out of you, and you're just like, wow, I really was not expecting this. I thought this person was different, and you felt like they did things that like you were just not expecting them to do. But like, you did kind of have fears coming into this connection. You're just like, oh my gosh, this person is like, it seems too good to be true, or something like that. Okay, but let's not focus too much on this card again. This is where our focus goes. I'm gonna put the World card on top of this. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was 444 as I said that. That's really good. 444 is really good. That's a number that implies stability, especially when it comes to love and relationships. With the world, you guys, again, I feel like you're sort of breaking through the devilish tendencies within you. Whatever the devil represents, it was something within you that needed to leave. I feel like maybe some of you guys were addicted to feeling certain emotions. And like, you know, with this person, they triggered you and you're just like, okay, I have to get rid of these emotions. I can only keep these emotions within me for so long. Again, you guys may not see the bigger picture of things, but you know, with this world card, and then there's so much movement behind the scenes. There's energetically, there's just so much going on that, you know, we just cannot perceive all at once, okay? Because, you know, a lot of us, we're only seeing like a snapshot of the world, and like, you know, we're only seeing things like, you know, as we are, right? So what I'm seeing, you guys, okay, there was an analogy that really clicked with me, and I wanted to share this with you, especially for those of you guys that are manifesting. What season are you viewing this connection from? So I feel like, you know, like think of a show, right? Like there's a lot that happens in season 1, and like, you know, by season 10 or like, you know, even like season 3, 5, whatever, so much has changed. Like there's new characters, new timelines, new storylines. Sometimes, you know, people go back to each other's, you know, sometimes you know, people like manifest a completely different version of themselves. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna laugh at this, but like, you know, there's this movie with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis, like Friends with Benefits or something like that, right? I think there's another movie too with Ashton Kutcher and someone else, but it's just like, you know, in the beginning, like, yeah, they have this friends with benefits type of like, you know, casual situation, and they end up falling deeply in love with each other. And you know, I'm definitely seeing like the enemies to lovers arc, okay? Like they, you know, end up like hating each other at some point, but then they end up really liking each other. Like you never know, things can really change. And I'm really seeing, you guys, this person wants things to change. They don't like how the situation, you know, left off, and maybe you think like, oh, they don't care enough, you know, there's too many options, this, that, they've probably moved on. I don't think they've moved on. I think they're still stuck on your energy, okay? I'm also seeing something with like maybe unbalanced chakras or stuck energy or something like that, but definitely this person is, you know, stuck on you. And I really feel like I keep hearing like meditation. Maybe a lot of you have resorted to meditation. You're just like, I cannot keep going through this, and you know, you've sort of been driving yourself crazy thinking of like, you know, the past times that you had with this person. Like, you know, you're sort of like looking at their every move, like what could this mean, what did, you know, like you're looking at, like, you know, you're going through their likes, you're going through their profile, this, that. But I do feel like for a lot of you, you're gonna like, you know, understand, you guys, that like this person, you're just gonna like surrender to this connection. I keep hearing the words like surrender, okay? Surrender to the magic, to everything that's happening behind the scenes. When I say surrender, I'm not necessarily saying giving up, because I feel like you're still holding on to this connection because this person's holding on to this connection as well. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you know, when we really like someone or when we're attached to someone, we hyper fixate, like, oh, you know, does this person still like us, this, that, you know, maybe you could be like, oh my gosh, you know, this person's probably around so many people, like why would they be thinking about me, this, that. But think about you, like, you know, you could be around a lot of people and you could still be hyper fixated on this person. It's like, you know, someone could be like, you know, in like a car show or something, but they'd only be hyper fixated on the car that they like. Okay, I only want the Corvette, I only want the Audi, I only want the Porsche, I only want the Mustang, you know, whatever. Maybe someone owns one of these cars in this connection, but it's just like, you know, you just don't see anything else. You have like tunnel vision, and like that's what I'm also seeing, you guys. I do feel like this person is starting to like, you know, like their obsession with you is growing more and more. Like they've been thinking about you more and more, and you might not see that or even trust that because you're just like, wait, yeah, this person hasn't shown me that. But I do feel like, you know, there is still a future with this person, and everything that's happening is happening for a good, bright future with this person. I feel like, you know, this person definitely needed to heal. You also needed to heal, and you're sort of going through that healing. And again, you know, kind of getting rid of these devilish tendencies within you that were reflected in your person, okay? Like, yeah, I feel like your person reflected back certain things about yourself that you needed to change. And maybe like I'm seeing something with like karmic balance, like you're closing out certain karmic cycles, you know, you're really, maybe this connection has, you know, kind of caused you to go within and maybe think back to the times like, you know, you might have hurt other people or, you know, whatever happened, right? But like you're growing, you're healing, you're elevating, you're expanding, okay? So that's also a really good sign, you guys. I feel like everything that's happening, the pain, the hurt, you know, whatever, it's all a big purge, and it's leading you to where you want to be, okay? We also got here the Hermit card. Yeah, right now, like, you guys, I think this might be the time to really focus on yourself. I feel like this person is also like, you know, really like focusing on themselves. They're taking some time to really grow and heal. They need that. I feel like you guys, like, they're about to hit rock bottom. Something like very big is happening in their life, some sort of tower moment where they're also going to be taking a look inwards and being like, I cannot keep like, you know, living this way. I cannot keep like, you know, thinking this way, okay? And I feel like maybe for a lot of you guys, maybe you could be like affirming and like, you know, new things are coming up. Like maybe you are starting to think of this person in a more positive way, but other things are coming coming up. Again, you're hyper fixating on this. You're just like, okay, well, what was this person doing then? You know, what was this person doing here? Like, when I was with them, like, you know, were they like, you know, I just feel like you're hyper fixating on certain things, and I feel like, you know, this connection, like, you know, whatever's going on is like, you know, it's causing you to let go, because then, you know, there's no need to drive yourself crazy, you guys. Like, I feel like whatever happened, you know, whatever this person did in the past, it just made them like you even more. And I feel like, you know, sometimes when we affirm, like, there's a lot of like, just like, I don't know what to call it, but like, you know, when you clean something, when you really deep clean something, a lot of like, you know, the cloth that you're cleaning it with gets like really dirty, and like, you know, there's just a lot of mush that comes out. Or like, you know, I'm thinking of like someone cleaning like a window or something, you know, there's a lot of like, maybe like, I don't know, like if you open your windows, like, you know, stuff from like outside, like the dust, you know, smog, pollution, whatever, right? Like, and I mean, that cloth gets dirty, right? But at the end of the day, what do you see? A clean windowsill, you know? So I do feel like, you know, there's some sort of like purging going on. But like, I also feel like for a lot of you guys, you're able to like battle these thoughts. Like, you know, there's certain negative thoughts that are coming up about this connection, but you're just like, wait, no, like, you know, there's no point in having this thought, because this entire time this person was into me. Like, you're also figuring out, you guys, like, I feel like you're able to like, you know, really see behind the scenes. Like, I know, like, you know, I said like, we only see a snapshot of what's happening, but I do feel like, you know, you're elevating yourself, you're elevating your consciousness to the point where you're just like, wait, things have been working in my favor all along. Wait, you know, this had to happen for, you know, this person to come back. Wait, or like, you know, maybe if this person was with someone else, maybe you thought they were on a date or something, entire time they only liked you, entire time, like, you know, it was more of just like a friendship thing. It wasn't even that deep. You know, for a lot of you guys, you know, this person is single because they're just not over you, okay? But I do see that you're going to be in a mindset where you're realizing, wait, everything was working in my favor, because, you know, if you have been affirming, you know, that's what happens. Like, you know, I definitely had a client who was telling me about her manifestation story, and like, you know, she thought that things were just working against her, like, oh my gosh, the 3D showing the opposite. But then she thought of something, and she's just like, wait, like, you know, actually things were working in my favor all along, because her, like, when she thought her SP was like, you know, kind of like, you know, she thought her SP was a little bit of a player, but, you know, turns out like, yeah, maybe he was going on dates, but he wasn't getting intimate with them. And like, you know, he was messaging her, he was thinking about her the entire time, watching her stories when, you know, maybe she thought he was out on a date, like, you know, like 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m. Like, she was uploading stories on the hour, he was like watching all of her stories. I mean, even if he was on a date, it's like, obviously he's like still obsessed, you know, with her. Like, why is he like, you know, like, even she was thinking, wait, like, okay, if he was on a date, if he was, you know, adding all these people on social media, why is he watching my story, you know, every hour on the dot? And you know, like, obviously he's thinking about me. And then like, you know, apparently she found out that like, you know, he made a TikTok to kind of just like look at her, and like, you know, like, he was looking at her TikTok all the time. And like, you know, he was like, you know, making TikToks on like Friday night, like, you know, Saturday night, like, you know, when she thought he was out on a date. And like, you know, he came back and started liking her stories. And again, he was just like the first to watch her stories, and like, there was like nothing going on like entire time. You know, she realized like, okay, like, he never truly got with anyone, you know, and it just wasn't that deep. And like, you know, even she was going on dates, but entire time, like, you know, she was thinking about him. And you know, they ended up like, you know, talking to each other. They ended up like, you know, reconnecting, and things just like, you know, things have been going well so far. Like, actually, that you know, I'm waiting on her full success story. But I definitely do think, you guys, like, you know, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes with your person. There's a lot of healing going on, okay? Like the Star and Hermit, like, you know, the Hermit is someone who goes into like isolation or solitude to kind of work on themselves. And you know, even with the Star card, this has to do with like healing and like, you know, still wanting a future. Like, this person, you guys, I feel like you set like energetic boundaries with this person, okay? Or maybe even in the physical 3D realm, you're just like, yeah, you know what, like, I don't want you, like, I don't want to be connected with you until you show up as the best version of yourself, and that's all I'm gonna accept. And I really feel like, you know, maybe in the beginning this person thought, okay, like, maybe this is too big of a challenge, this, that, but I feel like your person's actually respecting that. They're just like, wait, like, this is a good thing, like, this is what I should be doing, this is what, you know, a real relationship is like. Because I don't feel like your person knew what love was until they met you, okay? I just like, this person, like, you know, maybe in the beginning, like, they felt a lot, but maybe they, you know, pulled back their energy, and maybe you thought they felt like, oh, they were over this, but they were not. Like, I feel like they needed this connection, they needed to go through whatever they needed to really realize your value and worth. But you know, I feel like at some point they didn't even realize their value and worth, so how could they realize yours if they don't even see that within themselves, okay? But I do see this person coming back around. I recently just saw, like, you know, a comment where someone said like, oh, my person did a complete complete 180. You know, they went from, like, I don't even know what the circumstances were, but like, you know, they ended up reflecting back everything that they were imagining. They were completely, you know, conforming. Okay. Yeah, we also got here, I'm so sorry for everything I put you through. It hurts me more than it hurts you. I do feel like, you know, your person's going to be coming in and giving you an apology, or maybe you can even envision their higher self giving you an apology if you're feeling really triggered at the moment, you know. Yeah, we also got here, it was a privilege being loved by you. I must have done something right. This person, you guys, they know it's a privilege to be in your life. They know that you have strong boundaries, strong energetic boundaries, and they can, like, you know, something needs to change if they want to come back. Okay, I feel like right now maybe they could be refraining from doing that because they know that, like, okay, they still need to go through that change. There's still some healing that they need to do, but I feel like they want to do that. I feel like they want to do that for you, for this connection, for themselves, because again, you've triggered this, you know, deeper healing within them that I don't feel like any other connection has. And you know, they're willing to do whatever it takes to be with you. I feel like you're going to be getting royalty treatment. I feel like this person's going to be coming back even better than you imagined it. Okay, so yeah, anyways, I will go ahead and end the reading right here. I really hope this helps. You know, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You always have free will in your reality. I do want to let you know that I offer in-depth tarot readings as well as manifestation coaching, and I also custom make subliminals. So if you're interested in any of these services, check out the description box below where you'll find my website, and you can sign up for those services through my website. And yeah, I will end the video right here. Thank you so much.